Okay, so I have skipped 2 weeks worth of covering things. One, because I was busy. Two, tired. Three, didn't really felt like doing anything. Um, so we're gonna start with week 9. Week 9 had a number of matchups. Not many of them were surprising in the outcomes. I would like to say that I had a better feeling of Florida going into Georgia, and fortunately they only put 20 points. Florida beat Georgia. Florida lost to Georgia 20-43. Georgia Tech beat North Carolina. That was a big surpriser, 46-42. And who's texting me and why? Oh my God, leave me alone. And looking through it, Colorado lost again. And oh yeah, Clemson lost again. Apparently this has been a big deal that Clemson's not doing as well as people thought they would be doing. But you know what? That's life and that's college football for you. All right, moving on to week 10. Week 10 saw some action in terms of football. Oh my gosh, ESPN is so slow. Why are you so slow? Week 10 was pretty disappointing as a Gator fan because you saw Florida lose at homecoming to Arkansas, who is at the time, 2-5 football team. And Florida, at the time, a 5-3 football team. So that's disappointing and a shame. Yeah, but I still believe that the team's going to do pretty well in the oncoming future. I don't know what to say. It genuinely can't get any worse. They could lose all their games from here, but I don't think they will. They need one more win, and they are bowl eligible. This week they have LSU, so we'll see what happens. Ohio State and Rutgers. The first half of that game, Rutgers was up 9-7, and then the last half of the game, Ohio State scored 28 points, and Rutgers only scored 7. This was another big one, Georgia and Missouri. Everyone thought that Missouri had a shot. I thought Missouri would give them hell, but I did not think Missouri would win. Missouri ended up losing 30-21. Predictable. USC and Washington, man, USC is literal. They're not dog shit. They're actually a really good football team. They just had no defense. And unfortunately, Lincoln Riley figured that out way too late. And they lost 52-42. This is the second week in a row that they went up to the 50s or near the 50s when trying to beat an opponent. So, yeah, that sucks. Washington is still in the playoff race. California, Oregon. Oregon beat the shit out of California as expected. Texas beat Kansas State by 3 in overtime. It wasn't overtime. Good on them. Alabama and LSU, the game of the century every year. Alabama won 42-28. And I feel like I should not have deleted my post. I made a post earlier in the year saying that it was going to be Alabama and Michigan in the national title game. I should have stuck to that because I think that might be true. Alabama, if you don't know, is undefeated in Southeastern Conference play. And they have played not to what you'd expect them to play. Their quarterback is like, not terrible, but like when you think of an Alabama quarterback, you think of someone. I think this is the first time Nick Saban has had a quarterback that's not this lengthy boy. Like he's like a built human being who like can run. He's like built like Tim Tebow. Now, okay, he's built more like Anthony Richardson. That's what he's like. Uncle Lou, I stole that from Uncle Lou, but Uncle Lou was like, he's like Anthony Richardson. I was like, you know what? He's not wrong. He is. So, as long as Alabama can use that QB's legs and do like some sort of option type thing going, I think they'll be successful and they might win the whole thing. All right, and then unfortunately, this year was the last Bedlam for the foreseeable future. Bedlam, if you don't know, is Oklahoma playing Oklahoma State, and Oklahoma State won. Oklahoma lost last week or the week before this past week to Kansas. So yeah, that was the thing that happened. And yeah, there's nothing else to note for these games. If I can remember. Oh, Arizona for the first time in a while is now bowl eligible. Good for them. They are on the up and up. And yeah, I guess to talk about this because it's something to talk about. Wisconsin is not good this year. This is the first time in a while that Wisconsin has been pretty bad at football. If you don't know, they've been pretty consistent. 9, 10 win seasons, even under really shitty coaches, or let's just say that these coaches, actually, they haven't really had a carousel of coaches, really. It's a bad year for Wisconsin football in general, because Green Bay also sucks. So, yeah, I guess it's the first time for everything, right? And then, oh wow, Minnesota lost to Illinois by 1 point. Anything else that was interesting? Oh, the two teams that are really bad at football and joined the new conferences, UCF and Cincinnati played, and UCF won by 2. Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing else. Oh, Miami lost again to NC State, and yeah. Oh, Stanford beat Washington State by 3, 10-7. So hopefully Stanford can make a bowl game. I think that would be amazing for them and for that program, and I'd be very happy to see it happen. All right, let's move on to Week 11. Will you go? Jeez, man, this thing sucks. I swear, ESPN's website is literal dog shit, and it's upsetting. All right, so this video's almost, it is 7 minutes, so we're going to get this done. Oh, shut up, you stupid thing. Georgia Tech plays Clemson noon. I think Clemson's going to win, but I want Georgia Tech to win. Florida plays LSU at 7:30 p.m. I think this will be the last time that this is like an annual thing. Unfortunately, I think LSU is going to win, but I really want Florida to win, obviously. It would be really cool for Florida to win. I just don't think Billy Napier is going to pull it off. Yeah, I don't know. LSU at home, like LSU can like suck, and even when they have really shitty years, they're still like really hard to beat. All right, and the big one this year is Michigan at Penn State. If Michigan beats them, they have one more game on their schedule that is worth beating. Alabama goes to Kentucky. That might be an interesting one. And yeah. Anything else to say? Colorado, I think, might beat Arizona. I know that sounds really weird, even though Arizona's a 10.5 point favorite. I think they could surprise it. Oh, and the other big one, I'm surprised this is not a night game. I think this should have been the premier night game. Miami and Florida State play. I think that Miami is going to give Florida State their best, and I think Florida State's going to figure out that they cannot sleep through this entire thing at all. I think last week they seemed to have trouble, maybe not. Maybe it was the week before, but they seemed to have trouble again scoring points. Maybe not, though. I need to actually look at it. I could look at it, but I'm not going to because I don't care. I think Florida State's going to win, but I want Miami to win because it would be great for Mario Cristobal and that whole program. Florida State's a 14-point favorite. Utah at Washington. Washington needs to win this to stay alive. Tennessee and Missouri. Who cares, man? I want Missouri to win, but Tennessee might do something great. Rutgers at Iowa. Whatever. Oh, yeah, the guy for Iowa got fired. Kirk Ferentz's son. I don't fucking know. Yeah, so that was the thing that happened. Wisconsin playing Northwestern. Northwestern could win that one too, but Wisconsin's a 9.5 point favorite. Yeah, who knows, man. I think that Wisconsin could win, but I think Northwestern might do something that they've never done in a while. Arkansas is at home against Auburn at 4 p.m. Interesting. I think the Florida win gave Arkansas some new juice, so Arkansas might win that one. And yeah, anything else to note? Everyone's like bitching about Ole Miss and Georgia. Like, who gives a fuck? Because even if Georgia loses, they're still going to be one of the top teams in the nation. It's an SEC loss, but it's against a West person, and no one gives a shit about the West. So who gives a fuck? Georgia's gonna win. Who cares? And yeah, there's nothing here that like looks. Oh, Duke and North Carolina. That'll be one to watch. That one I think will. I think North Carolina will win that one actually. And USC is at Oregon. I need Oregon to win because I bet that I bet how much? I think $20 that no, I think it was a lot less than that. I think I bet like $5 or something that Bo Nix would win the Heisman this year, based off of one video that I watched. And so I need him to win, and I need him to do it really well. Other than that, that's it. That's all that's going on. Air Force lost. They were undefeated. What? Are they really unranked now just because they lost that one game? That's the one thing I hate about college football is, like, a team can be really good, lose one game, and be out of the rankings. Like, what the fuck is, like, really? But it's whatever. Anywho, that's what's going on this week. That's what happened for the past 2 weeks. And we will... Oh, and I guess to cover the school I go to, Penn lost to Brown on a Friday night during family weekend. They had a shot to win it in not overtime. For like the last, they had 2 shots. One of them, the receiver did the slant route, and the ball hit him like right here, and he dropped it. And then the other one, he threw it, and it was a little bit underthrown, and so it was intercepted. It was like corner of the end zone. DB was right here. Of course, the receiver's behind him, and it was not thrown very high, and he lost. So, yeah. But then they won at homecoming against Cornell, which you can watch on my channel, because I did some videos for that. So, yes. Any other things, leave in the comment section. Other than that, this video's over.